Here we are on our account. We're about to dive into some news. We're sitting at 27,894. Market value, we have 13,000 in, and then we have 14,000 on the sidelines in cash. We are going to be announcing a new strategy today, updating the portfolio as well. So let's dive into some news. We're going to be reading this news, guys. So stocks wobble as traders struggle to build on last week's comeback. So looks like traders are struggling here. Stocks whipsawed on Monday as investors looked ahead to key inflation data. So we have CPI coming out Wednesday. The S&P 500 added 0.2, while the Nasdaq Composite advanced 0.5, with the broad market swinging between gains and losses. Shares of Nvidia advanced 5% to help the technology-heavy indexes climb. The Dow Jones Industrial Average pulled back 101 points, or 0.2%. So, we had Nvidia really struggling these past couple weeks, and it's bouncing back and forth. Last Monday we had a really bad day in the market. 2 Fridays ago we had a jobs report come out really low, and then we started seeing it then, and then Monday we started seeing real fear in the market, and that was a good time for stocks to sell for a discount. They were selling for a discount, guys, and it's where people that don't understand the market get killed because they don't know what they just think their money is erasing, where the companies that are invested in are going for cheaper, buy more. If steak at the grocery store is selling for $20 and then now it's selling for $15, obviously I'm going to buy it at $15, guys. The forthcoming batch of inflation data will be key for markets that remain jittery following increased volatility. Wednesday's Consumer Price Index report for July will be a pivotal cue as to whether the economy remains sound, or if investors will remain uneasy following July's weak non-farm payrolls report, which contributed to the recent sell-off. CPI coming out on Wednesday, so we're going to see July's inflation data. See if it is coming in better than the previous July. Here we have, let's see, who is saying that Lori Calvasini, looks like Calvasini, sorry if I pronounced that wrong. We are optimistic that a short-term bottom was put in place or came close to being put in place on August 5th when the S&P 500 closed 8.5 from peak. Important technical support levels held. But we remain on guard for choppy conditions to persist for a while longer, and don't rule out a growth scare if economic data releases continue to disappoint. So, we have inflation data coming out, CPI, and, the Fed is going to look at that. They really look at the PCE, but they also look at the CPI, guys. That is the numbers that are coming out this week. What else do we have here? On Friday, all major averages rose to end the week, but stopped just shy of a full recovery. The Dow finished the week lower by 0.6, while the S&P 500 ended down just 0.04%, and the tech-heavy Nasdaq finished with a 0.18% loss. Wall Street began last week with a sharp sell-off on growing concern of the U.S. economic growth slowed down. Guys, this is stock market news, CNBC live updates. It's where we get all our news. So that is pretty much the news that we are going to be looking at. We look at this every day, guys, every day. So we buy every day in this portfolio. We do the live sessions on Mondays, so we give you an example of what we do. And then the rest of the week, this is exactly what we do. We read the news, and then we, trade accordingly on our strategy. So let's dive in. We have really the S&P 500. This is 5 years. We have it at a 57 RSI. Above fair value. Can we see a really downturn towards this 200-day moving average? Yes, we can. Look at over here in 2022. came all the way down to the 200-day moving average. So we're continuing to look at this graph, this chart, to see if it comes below that 50-day, the white line, and then down to the 200-day, the yellow line there. So let's go ahead and go to a 6-month. We really like trading on the 6-month chart, and we can see it really choppy here, and trading below the 200-day. 200-day is at 545.77, and then we have it trading at 533 at S&P 500. So let's go to my stock positions here. Mobile Fellow stock positions. We have really NVIDIA killing it with that 5% jump there, and then our bottom is Ford there at -2%. And we are going to be now introducing our new strategy, guys. So, as an economic downturn comes, if it comes, we want to be prepared. And usually, where people go the most after, economic downturn is precious metals. I would say go instantly into gold, but I did some research, and, gold is fine, but it's just too expensive for us, and we really want to stack heavy in silver, which is really cheap, and you could do covered calls on precious metals, which I had no idea you could do. So we also are going to be doing that as well. So what we're going to do today is we're going to be locking in profits on our Palantir position as we really see it in almost oversold values here at 61. It hit an all-time high today, and do I see this coming back down? Yes, I do. Is Palantir ready to start going towards that 150 goal, $50 mark? I do as well, because they're killing it with all their contracts that they're doing, revenue, earnings per share. Their last earnings report, they smashed it, guys. So Palantir is going to be remaining in the portfolio, and I would love to keep that position high. It's just I really want to really have 30 positions that fund a precious metal, and that is silver, guys. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be have 30 positions. We're going to be buying in oversold values, selling in overbought values, and then we're going to be putting some of those profits into a huge chunk of this silver position, and then we're going to be constantly doing covered calls, the wheel strategy, covered calls and cash secure puts on our SLV position. So let's go ahead and lock in profits. Let's go ahead and write down the average price for Palantir here. So we have an average price of $22.62, and we have 200 shares that we're going to be selling off here. So let's go ahead and do that. I just wanted to write down the average price. I'll probably have it anyway, since I'll have 9 shares left, but I just wanted to write it down just in case. Let's go ahead and sell 200 shares of Palantir, guys. Be nice if I click the sell button. All right, guys, so we're going to be selling 200 shares, guys. Let's go ahead and lock in these profits. All right, so it looks like we got filled at 29.68. Let's go do some quick math here on my calculator. So 29.68 was the price we got filled at, and then we subtract the average price, 22.62. That is $7.06 difference, guys. Multiplied by 200, that equals 1,412 profit. So we locked in 1,412 profit, guys. That's great. That's great. And Palantir is going to continue to be a great position for us. That knocks it down to looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th position in the portfolio. I really would love to have that top 5. Nvidia now takes over the top position market value wise. It wasn't open P&L wise, it was market value wise, but it probably was open P&L too, because we had a big profit on that. So now before we get into the $50 buy of the day, we do want to now, since we have a cash balance of 20,000, guys, look at that, 20,601. We are going to be doing, let's do some math here. We really want to open up a position on silver. So trading at 25.46, trading at a 58 RSI, that's right above fair value range. We are going to be buying 200 shares, and then we're also going to be probably doing some covered calls on that. And then I think what we're going to do is maybe do cash secured puts as well. So let's go ahead and lock in 200 shares of silver here. All right, here we go. 200 shares of silver. It's going to cost us 5,092, almost our market value of Palantir. Let's go ahead and lock that in. All right, we are in silver now. That is, we got 25 filled at $25.46. So that is our new market value position. So Nvidia had it for a few seconds there, and now an SLV silver ETF now has it. So 200 shares, we have market value of 5,000 here, and hopefully it's silver tends to stay stable, guys. So it is pretty volatile as well, but the last 5 years, you could tell, like during the COVID days, shot up because a lot of people were scared. They're like, oh my god, like stocks, no way, I'm gonna get into precious metals. So it shot up to 27, and that was kind of not normal for silver, guys. It was trading in the 15, 17 range. Crash because everyone was freaking out, like, oh my god, I gotta take my money out, COVID, what is this? And then went down to 10 lowest, and then everyone's like, oh, COVID's not too bad, I'm gonna put my money not in stocks, I don't trust stocks yet, I'm gonna put it in precious metals. And that's what they did. Shot up to 27, and it's been consolidating kind of since. So 28 made this made a high here. Then it came down in 2022 when they were starting to raise rates and everything, and everyone was freaking out again and was, oh my god. And then everyone was like, oh, it's not too bad, and then it's starting to come up again. So you could tell what's happening. Like, people freak out, sell, they're like, oh wait, not too bad, and then put it back in. So if you don't freak out and you have cash always, which we always have, and you're ready for this, and you're ready to take advantage of fear, guys, of people's fear, then you can make money, guys. If this comes down all the way down to $10, we're gonna freaking buy a lot of it, guys. We're gonna be buying a ton of silver at $10 if it goes down to that much. We have an average price of $25.47. Obviously, if it goes down to 10, we're gonna be buying for cheap. And silver is a precious metal. It's not like it's going to go bankrupt like a stock. Silver, definitely what we would rather than gold, just because gold is just too expensive for us to stack. Even though the premiums are higher, we just want to be able to, we made $26 on Amazon, we could buy a share of silver, boom. So that is what we have. We have 200 shares of silver. Let's go ahead and see the options now on silver. So we have, looks like we have the chain here. This is the options chain. We have a 2-day, 4-day, 9-day, 11-day, and then so on for expiration. Here are the dates here. Let's go ahead and look at the 2-day. 2 days, $30. $15 a day. Doesn't really excite us, even though the delta's at 30. We usually do like 30 and below deltas. Keep an eye on that. 4-day, 43. And obviously, by the time we do another live session, I'll be able to tell you if this expired or got assigned. But yeah, so I think we might go with 4-day. So let's go ahead and look at the 2-day expiration for August 14th, and we have it at a 29 RSI, so 29% that it will get assigned, and then 70% it won't. So let's go ahead and actually just do this one, just to get experience with that. We've never traded SLV, so let's go ahead and do that. If it gets assigned, we're just going to do cash secure puts to try and get it at a lower price. Even though we're going to do that today as well. So let's go ahead and do this. We're going to be doing, let's actually extend this out more. So I see here automatically says 10. We definitely don't want to do that. We only have 200 shares here. So we have sell to open, 2 contracts, meaning 200 shares. Each contract is 100 shares. At a strike of 26. Let's go ahead and lock this in. Estimated credit, it's 15 each, so hopefully we'll get that 29.89. Let's go ahead and lock that in. All right, so you see we are in 2 contracts of SLV at that 26 strike. You could see it right here, -2, -2 there, means you sold 2 contracts, sell to open, and if it hits 26, we will have to sell our shares. And then let's do some math here on what our appreciation, because we would get appreciation as well. So our average price was 25. It was 25.47, and that would be $53 appreciation if this gets assigned. And then we also collected a 29, I believe. Let's go ahead over here. Says in messages here, sold at 15. So that we got pretty much $30 in premium. So that is $83 within the next 2 days, guys. 2 days. So $83 in the next 2 days. I'll take it if this gets assigned. If this doesn't get assigned, we'll keep our shares, take that $30, and we'll just do it again. So is this free money? I mean, dude, I don't know. Like, I think it is. Like, it's just insane how I figured this strategy out. And with silver, it's just not that volatile. Like Tesla, on my private account, not affiliated with Mogul Fellows, at the Guidance Organization, I'm dealing with thousands of dollars in Tesla, in Apple, in Nvidia, and these prices can freaking go way over your strike, and then you have to roll it, and you have to pay more to roll it. And silver is just so calm and collected, where it's kind of good for the beginner to get into cover calls and cash secure puts, and it's also great for cash flow if you really don't want it to don't want to roll. You just want to just do the wheel strategy, and just keep going back and forth. So I mean, silver's great. And so I think now what we want to do, let's look at now puts. I mean 25 we have, looks like delta 27, and you know we could add to this $83 and do a put at 15. You know, it'd be an extra what 2500. No, I think we're just gonna keep it the way where it is. See if we, you know, if it comes down below 25, we're just gonna keep buying it. I think we're good where we're at. Just do cover calls for now. You know, we're brand new to the silver game, so we're just gonna try and see how this plays out here. Now, so we did cover calls, or sorry, we bought 200 shares of silver, ETF SLV ticker. We did 2 cover calls. Since we bought 200 shares, you could do 2 cover calls per 100 shares, and we have a potential payout of $83. We definitely grabbed that $30, and a potential to make $53 in total, $83 total, $30 premium, $53 potentially for the appreciation. All right, guys, so now our new account details. We have pretty much 12,361 in. We have 15,537 cash. Let's go ahead and do the $50 buy. Since we don't really want to do a cash secured put right now, we might do it next week for next week's trading session, but right now we don't want to do a cash secured. We just want to see how silver plays out. All right, so now let's go over here and look at our positions here. So let's fix this here. Let's kind of move these, and Weeble, you could these widgets can be moved. So if you want to move these widgets, and I definitely recommend Weeble for, you know, trading, and it's way better. I think it's way better than Thinkorswim. It's more modern, more you know, designed for, you know, millennial, you know, Gen Z. So here we go. We're going to be looking at now trying to figure out deals in the market here. So let's go down to Ford. We really have Ford trading at a 37 RSI. If you guys don't know what RSI is, it's the relative strength index. You know, it's what we try to find, main indicator to try and find deals, oversold values. And then we also look at the 200-day moving average and the 50-day moving average. Very simple, not complicated. We don't use 10 indicators and try to, you know, if all of them hit those 10 indicators that we gotta buy, just 2 indicators, price action, and that's it, guys. So okay, so looking at Ford here, you know, looking for deals, we have Ford trading at the 42 RSI level. Not really where we want to look for the RSI. You know, we look at 2 indicators mainly. We look at the RSI indicator. We look at you know, moving averages, the 200-day moving average and the 50-day moving average. So we have Ford trading at a 42-ish. Zoom we have at 35. We're just going to go through all these guys. We do it every week. If you guys want to fast forward, you guys could fast forward. I just want to see what is going for. So DraftKings right here is the best one so far at closest to 30 in oversold value. That's 34. See if anything can beat 34 on the 6-month RSI indicator. So just cruising along here. 36, I almost bought Airbnb and DraftKings. We'll see what we want to do with Airbnb and DraftKings here. Palantir really, Palantir 62, that's what we did for the trim today. So usually we do a trim at the end, but we did the Palantir trim today in the beginning of the session. All right. Cruising along. So Airbnb and DraftKings so far, guys, is we got to pick one of those, and we'll look at. We also look at which one is the highest market value in the account. and we go from there and see which one is the lowest. If one of them is lower than the other, then we go with the one that's lowest to try and add to the market value. So guys, I think it's between Airbnb and DraftKings today, and that's what it is. So Airbnb, let's go ahead and look at Airbnb again. So I think with their last earnings report, they gave bad guidance for the US Airbnb, and they did, I think, they had pretty bad numbers as far as EPS and revenue, I believe. But they definitely, the guidance part really brought them down, really made their stock go from 150-ish to down to the low at 108, and that is really cheap for Airbnb. And DraftKings is one of those stocks trading below 50, and we had it a high in March at 49 on the 6-month chart, and now we have it down, made a low at 27, now trading at 29. So both these stocks with hospitality with Airbnb and sports gambling with DraftKings, like it's like the future of hospitality and then the future of sports gambling. Airbnb has some problems because during a recession, if this is one coming up, I'm not saying it is, no one knows what's going to happen, but usually hospitality tends to get hit first during a recession. Why? Because people tend to hold on to their money more. They tend to be more conservative with their money more, and the economy is trying to recover, and no one wants to spend money in a new vacation and new experience. So that's why Airbnb most likely gave bad guidance because of that, and with the Federal Reserve not cutting interest rates, with people thinking they're too late, this could be why Airbnb is not doing too well. So should we take advantage of it while it's down? Yes. Do I believe it's going to be down for a long time? I don't know. I think once we get over this hump with this recession thing, then yes, will the Federal Reserve, if they cut rates in September, will help Airbnb? I believe so. Because a lot of people will be like, oh my god, okay, now we're not in a recession. Okay, now I can put my money back in the market. Okay, now I could go on vacation. Okay, now I could do a lot more stuff. A lot of stuff that has to do with Airbnb. With DraftKings, same kind of thing. Like, no one wants to gamble when there's a recession going on. Like, they're everyone's money is tied up in stocks or whatever, and they wait until it comes back up. Same thing with DraftKings. Like, no one's going to be blowing their money when they really need it during a recession, if this is one. I think what we're going to do is, so let's try and find Airbnb on here. So I think found DraftKings right here. We have a market value of 160 with a average price of 35. It's trading at 29, which that would be wonderful to lower our average price on that. Airbnb is, we have 352 market value, and then we have average price at 138, and then we have it trading at 113. So both stocks, if we were to buy, we'd be lowering our average price, which would be great. But I think what we're gonna do, I know DraftKings, we already have 5 shares of DraftKings, and it's not an expensive stock, so that's probably why we have a lot of it. But in the Airbnb, we're down 17 per, yeah, we're gonna continue to build our Airbnb position, guys, and we're gonna drop the $50 buy of the day in Airbnb. So let's go ahead and do that here. All right, let's go ahead and lock this in. $50 buy. Let's go ahead and lock it in. So we got filled at 113.78 on Airbnb. Our new Airbnb position is at 402.24 there. Average price got lowered to 135. So guys, we're taking advantage of people that are scared and they want to take their money out of Airbnb. They saw, Brian Chesky come out and they're like, he's like, we're giving bad guidance. We don't know if people are going to be going on vacation. We don't know if people are going to be doing experiences during this time in the U.S., he said. So a lot of people got out, and people like me with money on the sideline were like, hey, well, I'll buy Airbnb at this deal and wait it out. I'm in it for the long term. I could hold this stock until it goes back up. I could hold this stock until I'm profitable. Whereas a lot of people are, they're in retirement. They don't, want it to affect them. They're over 60 in retirement. They can't afford another stock market crash, so it's old money coming out. Because I could wait 10 years for it to come back. I could wait 20 years for it to come back up. A lot of people, when they're 70 years old, they can't wait 5-10 years. They're in retirement. They don't want to do that. So that's why a lot of people, they get out. They are fear that they're gonna, I'm 70 years old, I have to go work because of my stocks crashed. So that's why a lot of people tend to sell off, fear. And there's a lot of people are uneducated, guys. A lot of people are uneducated. They put 401k. They see their money going down. They see, I had 30,000. Now I have 20. What? I'm just going to take this 20, and I don't know why it's going down, but I want that 20 out. And that's why a lot of people think, stocks are a scam. It's a scam because they're not educated. They're not educated on financial statements. They're not educated on business. They're not educated on, so forth. So they're not educated on the fundamentals and technicals of the stock market. And that is why people like me that know about it tend to take advantage of those people, unfortunately. It's just business, guys. So that is pretty much session number 78, I believe it was. Let me double check. I think I said 78 at the beginning of this video. Yep, 78. And we are back, guys. So I did want to mention, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but while I was on vacation, I just wanted to take the summer off. Really, I haven't posted in 2 months, guys. 2 months. And like I said before, we're not going to be, it's not going to be like YouTube. These videos are going to be private soon in the Discord. So if you guys want to be in the Discord, you guys have to go over to mogulfellows.com, go to membership, check out what we have to offer, get in while we have it for free. It's not going to last too much longer. I said 2025. I don't know if I could wait that long, guys. So I think it's going to be here soon. And I am doing more research on how people, when they get into the Discord, they obviously get the live sessions for free. They get the live sessions for content. They get, my daily buys after a live session. We have live sessions on Mondays, and then we also do daily buys Monday through Friday. And we also are going to have education. We're going to have case studies. We're going to have a bunch of different stuff, guys. And this is all posted on mogulfellows.com. So yeah, guys, get into the Discord. These YouTube live sessions are, they're still going to be on YouTube. They're just going to be, the link is going to be in the Discord, so you get redirected to YouTube. So bunch of great things happening for Mogul Fellows in the near future. I'm excited, guys. I'm excited for this vision that we have with Mogul Fellows. I'm excited. We're using, stocks to really fund this whole club. So I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in here. We're going to get these live sessions going again. So thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, hit the outro.